Hi and welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. I'm Chef Ismail Arbee and today I'm preparing for you a porterhouse steak, right? Also known as the New York strip steak. So what I have here for you is actually a rather thick piece, but I do have a surprise for you at home today. I'm going to be stuffing the steak and thereafter cooking it. I'm going to be stuffing it with something really weird, and you guys at home will probably be thinking, what is going on? But it's going to be a pineapple and feta stuffing with baby marrow chips. So you're going a little bit more different today, a little bit more exotic, I should say. So first of all, let me run you through my ingredients. I've got a bit of mixed herbs, I've got a bit of rosemary, salt, pepper as normal, olive oil, my baby marrow chips. As you can see on the baby marrow chips, I have cut them a lot thicker, right? I've got some feta cheese, some Cajun spice, some onion, some coriander, some butter, some mushroom, some flour, and here I have a chip seasoning, right, which I'm gonna be coating onto my baby marrow with obviously the pineapple. So porterhouse steak, absolutely brilliant. Actually, if from a T-bone steak, you get the fillet steak on one side and you get the porterhouse on the other side. So that is more or less what I'm using today. It's actually exactly what I'm using today. So simple, easy technique. We want to get our filling on the inside. So you're gonna take a thin blade, right? You're gonna make an incision there, right, just on the side of your steak. You can actually do this with almost all your steaks. It's just a matter of putting the incision in there. Right, so it's basically creating a little pocket for your filling on the inside. Alright, so we're going to spread it out nicely. You're just going to take your finger and push it up, push it in there and try and make that cavity a bit bigger. Right, so as you can see, I do have a hole in it. I'm going to start stuffing it. Alright, so I'm going to put my pineapple inside. Right, everyone's gonna think pineapple, very weird, but I promise you it tastes amazing. Alright, a little bit of feta cheese. Alright, it's like a surprise in a steak, so it's really amazing. You can use other items if you'd like to stuff it. You can use the different cheeses. You can use absolutely anything that you would like to put inside. Right, obviously you're trying to get a balance as well. You don't want to put something that's really overpowering and you're sitting with a bad tasting steak. So feta definitely works, and I'm just going for the pineapple today. Alright, so as you can see, it is on the inside. I seal it up nicely. Seal it up nicely, and our marination process for this is really simple. I'm just going to put a bit of Cajun spice all over it, right? I want to add that burn as well. Right, so season it quite nicely. Right, all around, so you've got an even coating. Right, a bit of black pepper. A little easy trick for you guys to use at home is, all you do is use a plate or use a board at home. Just grind your pepper in, so you don't have to roll it or you don't have to press it so much. Just grind there. I'm just gonna put my mixed herbs. Right, it is a bit coarse, right? So we don't want to get those herbs stuck in your mouth. So I'm just gonna crush it a bit. And I'm gonna lay it down on my board. A little bit more. Okay, a little bit of rosemary. I love the rosemary with the steak. Absolutely works. I crush it up as well. Lay it down. A bit of oil on my steak. Just to coat it. Right, because I want my seasoning to stick to the steak. Right, and I'm just gonna roll this in there. As you can see, it created an amazing crust. Right, now the trick to steak is getting your flavors in. So you need to sit and you need to massage it just a bit, right, to get the flavors in there. Oh, this is looking absolutely beautiful. Okay, and with that I'm going to be making a quick mushroom sauce for you guys at home who are unclear as to how to make a mushroom sauce. It's basically flour mixed with butter. That's going to create you a roux, right? Thereafter we throw milk inside, whisk it up, you're going to get a smooth, creamy sauce. So I'm just going to pop this on. Right, so I'm just going to put a blob of butter. Right, your consistency is on your sauce. You need to have an equal amount of butter with an equal amount of flour, and then we add in our milk from there. So I'm just going to let that melt down nicely. While my steak is marinating there, I'm just going to get this melted down. Right, now you're probably thinking sweet potato, baby marrow fries. Actually really simple and amazing. Alright, so it's basically, I've cut up my baby marrow. I'm just gonna season them up nicely. Just gonna season them up with a bit of chip spice. Right, you can do a nice even distribution of your chip spice on it. You can leave the skin on as well as I did, so you can just coat them in nicely, flip them around. Right, my butter is melting up nicely. As you can see, all I did was melt my butter. Right, and I'm going to be adding in my flour. Yes, chefs don't use measurements, so we use everything is judgment, and we see how it comes out, and we're good to go. Alright, so you just want to whisk it in quite vigorously to get the flour mixed with your butter. I'm going to need a little bit more flour. Right, just to form that roux. Right, and I'm going to allow my flour and my butter to cook. In the interim, my oil is ready. It is a bit smoky. Right, so let's just put a test one in, see how it comes out. Oil is a tad bit hot, so I'll just allow that to cool. My roux, as you can see, it is coming out awesome. Alright, so that's my flour cooking. I'm just going to grab my milk and I'm going to pop my milk in there. And you're going to continue whisking. Right, and allow that to cook. So it's all about whisking and getting those arms flexed to get a nice smooth consistency. Add, if it is a bit thick, you're just going to gradually add in your milk just to allow it to thin down and become a sauce consistency. A little trick for people who have a hard time getting, or should I say always get lumps in their sauce, right? An easy and the most easiest way to get rid of those lumps is just heat up your milk a little bit. Make sure that your milk is quite warm when you're adding it to your roux, so you wouldn't get that lump, because if you're adding cold milk to a hot item, it's gonna create lumps. So if you add a warm item to a warm item, it's not gonna create any lumps. So I'm just gonna season up here. Right, some salt, some pepper, salt and pepper. Right, and then you just leave it to set aside. My simple, easy mushroom sauce is, I'm just gonna take a bit of onion, right, a little bit of oil, some butter, just a knob of butter. I'm just gonna let this cook off, chop up my mushrooms. Sauce is on. Right, so just an even slice. You can use a variety of mushrooms as well. It's not a problem. You can use oyster mushrooms, brown mushroom, whatever mushroom you're actually comfortable with. You can just toss it up in there. Right, I'm just gonna pop up some coriander. Quick chop on coriander. Throw some of that in there. Just a quick toss. Alright, so I'm just gonna allow that to cook a bit. Just gonna check on my oil. Okay, simple, easy method to checking your oil. Just dunk a chip in there, watch the outcome. But most probably it should be at a good temperature right now. Right, it is perfect. Right, you don't want to cut your baby marrow too thin, right, as it will disintegrate and fall apart. Oh, those mushrooms are looking brilliant. Right, they're gonna cook till golden brown. While that is going, I'm just gonna warm up a pan for my steak, a bit of oil, some butter. Just gonna let that cook up. Right, so I'm frying my mushroom off. I'm basically extracting all the flavor from my mushroom, my coriander, and my onion. Now, once this is cooked through nicely, I'm just gonna add my white sauce to it. Right, as you can see, the consistency of the sauce is rather thick. And then just a quick toss. Just gonna add a tad bit more milk. Cook it off. Now I've got my chips on, they're coming out stunning. Just gonna give that a quick. Right, if you do decide to use a black mushroom, the sauce is gonna land up a lot darker compared to normal. Like this, you can see it's still white. I wanted the white color because I want my coriander to shine through and I want my mushroom to shine through. These are looking amazing. Right, so just a quick browning on the outside. I got my steak ready, steak pan ready here. Sizzling away. Just gonna add a bit more milk here. Right, I want to get a runny consistency because once I allow it to rest a bit, right, it's gonna thicken up again. So you want to allow it to be a bit runny and allow it to reduce. All the flavors will filter through. Right, my chips are almost ready. Steak pan is ready. Don't forget, if you've seen my other episodes, high heat on the steak because we want to seal it off. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that there. Our chips are ready. Nice golden brown color. Just gonna leave them a few minutes longer. That is smelling absolutely amazing. I wish you guys at home could smell this. It is divine. Need some seasoning. Pepper, some salt. I also want to add in a little bit of Cajun spice into the sauce. Just a quick whisk. Just one boil there and we're good. Our steak is sealing off amazingly. Now, if you're wondering why I'm rotating it, I just want to get the butter flavor rolling around the entire steak. Alright, our chips are ready. That is brilliant. I'm just allowing it to drain and we'll be good to go. Oh, what a brilliant color. Right, for our guys at home who have seen the previous shows, a thermometer. One of our sponsors, Bicephars, has given us a thermometer. Now, a lot of people have this problem when cooking steak. They don't know when to take it off. So, if I were you, get one of these, a very, very handy tool. It's gonna tell you rare, medium, or well done. So you get different types of cooking of steak. So you get a blue steak, right? They call it blue, but it's just sealed on the outside. It's still very pink and very red on the inside. Then you get a medium rare. Sorry, a rare. Rare is the same. It's just cooked slightly more. Then you get a medium rare. You get a medium rare. You get a medium rare, which is still a lot of pink on the inside and a lot of blood. Once you go down to medium, it's less pink on the inside, still a bit of blood. Then when you go to medium well, it's slightly pink on the inside with absolutely no blood. Right, so medium well, if you like to eat your steak well done, right, I suggest you go for medium well. It's less dry, it's less stringy. Right, so I'm just gonna pop our thermometer in here for you guys at home, just to have a look at how it's working. Right, so we are sitting on rare at the moment, absolutely pink on the inside, a lot of blood. Just get my plate ready. Just gonna add a bit more milk to the sauce just to thin it down. Just a quick whisk. That's it, simple mushroom sauce, and we are going on to medium at the moment. Now medium, still bloody, still pink on the inside. Right, check the other side. All right, we're going on to medium. Now another little trick that we use at the restaurant is we never completely cook our steak to the customer's requirements. We always cook it a little bit before. So if you're ordering medium well, at the restaurant will cook it to just before medium well. So your steak goes onto a plate, it is resting. While resting, it's still cooking. So by the time you get it at the table, it's actually the required cooking temperature that you asked for. So it's just good to undercook it just a little bit. Right, and then you allow it to rest, because we want it to rest, because once it's hot and you cut it, all the juices flow out and you're left with a dry piece of steak. So you allow it to rest, thereafter cut it. Right, so I'm just touching medium at the moment. I promise you, this is one of the most amazing tools you will get if you have a problem cooking steak. Right, we're almost there. Just gonna toss this around and I'm gonna allow it to rest. Right, so it's completely off the heat and it's resting. So we're gonna start plating up now. So I'm gonna put through my chips here. Alright, place it up quite nice. Alright, my steak is gonna go on. Right, and my sauce. Right, it's a bit of a thicker consistency sauce, but yet it is still tastes amazing. Right, and I'm just gonna coat it on half. Right, with the chunky mushrooms and coriander inside. I'm just gonna crush some black pepper on it. A bit of coriander garnish. Right, and a bit of our pineapple. Alright, awesome. That is looking phenomenal. Just clip it up. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, your stuffed steak with pineapple and feta cheese covered in a coriander infused mushroom sauce with baby marrow French fries. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and please do give us your feedback. Let us know what you're thinking, what's on your mind. If you'd like us to cook something, by all means drop us a mail, drop us a message, and we'll be more than willing to do that for you. There's an alternative as well. You can message us, SMS us on Deen TV at 34877. All your comments, we'd love to hear. Thank you so much for joining us on our show. Take care.